the escalating rental crisis in California, exacerbated by recent devastating wildfires, has left renters facing not only exorbitant rent increases, but also the threat of eviction. The Eaton and Palisades fires, which ravaged Los Angeles County on January 7th, destroyed over 10,000 structures and displaced tens of thousands, further depleting an already critically strained affordable housing market. This housing shortage impacts not only wildfire survivors, but also tenants embroiled in eviction proceedings, who report a significant increase in landlord harassment and predatory practices, including rent hikes of up to 150%. Community organizers and working-class tenants, like Lopez, are actively advocating for a countywide eviction moratorium and rent freeze to mitigate this crisis. Immediately following the fires, Kirk initiated a crowdsourced database to document instances of rapidly escalating rental prices, some exhibiting increases as high as 50%. This spreadsheet quickly went viral on social media, accumulating over 1,400 reports of suspicious rental listings, highlighting the widespread exploitation occurring in the wake of the disaster. California's anti-price gouging law restricts rent increases to a maximum of 10% within 30 days of a declared emergency, with post-emergency rents capped at 160% of the fair market rent. However, reports of price gouging have surged over 50-fold since Governor Gavin Newsom's January 7th emergency declaration. According to a report released by the Rent Brigade, an independent collective formed by Kirk, alongside Tenant, law enforcement is stepping up its response to these violations. State Attorney General Rob Bonta has filed criminal charges against 2 realtors for price gouging and issued over 650 warning letters to landlords and hotels. Over 3 weeks after the fires, the Los Angeles City Council commenced discussions on a comprehensive package of tenant protections, including a 1-year rent freeze, to prevent evictions among those displaced or affected by the long-term consequences of such disasters are starkly evident. 1 year after the 2023 Maui fires, families were still paying 43% more rent for comparable units, according to an October survey by the University of Hawaii Economic Research Organization. A concerning statistic reveals that nearly 1/3 of fire-affected households are now living in poverty, a significant increase from the pre-fire rate of 14%. The devastating impact of wildfires on the rental market is further exemplified by the aftermath of the 2018 Camp Fire, California's deadliest wildfire. In the 2 years following the blaze, rental prices in the 3 surrounding counties of Paradise escalated by over 20%, underscoring the enduring and far-reaching effects of these disasters on housing affordability and tenant security. The confluence of pre-existing housing shortages and the immediate aftermath of wildfires has created a perfect storm, leaving vulnerable renters exposed to exploitation and displacement. The urgent need for robust governmental intervention and comprehensive tenant protections is undeniably clear, demanding immediate and sustained action to prevent further suffering and displacement. The scale of the crisis necessitates a multifaceted approach, encompassing not only enforcement of existing regulations, but also the implementation of proactive measures designed to safeguard the housing security of renters facing extraordinary circumstances, including the creation of emergency housing funds and expanding rent control measures to provide long-term stability and affordability. The long-term impacts on communities affected by wildfires extend beyond immediate physical devastation, inflicting enduring economic and social hardships that demand a coordinated response from both governmental and non-governmental organizations. The current situation underscores the critical need for proactive disaster preparedness strategies that prioritize the housing needs of vulnerable populations, ensuring a more equitable and resilient response. The ongoing struggles of renters highlight the systemic vulnerabilities within the housing market and the urgent need for significant policy reforms to address the affordability crisis and protect renters from predatory practices, particularly during times of emergency. The experiences of tenants in Los Angeles and Maui serve as a stark warning, emphasizing the imperative for comprehensive and sustained action to prevent future crises.